Today we're tasting two meads.
From Two Warriors Meadery. Now, this is sent in by a fan. These people just asked us, hey, can we send you some stuff to review? And we said, hell yeah, send us mead, no problem. Now, before we go too much further with that, they are a legitimate meadery with an actual license to produce this stuff and to ship it.
They're the first meadery of Louisiana.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? And they sent us 6 meads to try.
Plus stickers, plus this awesome t-shirt. Check this out. Woohoo!
So obviously we're not doing 6 meads in one show because, well, they'd all taste amazing by the time we're done. So instead, we're just going to taste 2 of them today.
So today's sampling is going to be their blueberry lemon pie and Louisiana honey wine nectar. And we thought these would be good to try together because they would have different enough tasting notes to be interesting to share with you, but they would also have enough similarities that they weren't too discordant and fight each other. At least that was my way of thinking.
It sounds good, doesn't it? And if you're wondering why she's drinking from wine glasses, I'm drinking from mugs. Someone actually made a comment that they're surprised I don't drink from a stein or something like that. And you know what? They're right, because normally I do. I never drink from a wine glass. Like, almost never. Maybe at dinner time I'll drink it from a wine glass, but normally, nah. If I'm drinking mead, I'm drinking it from a mug. So that's what I'm doing today.
Well, I normally drink from a wine glass.
She does. Part of the reason why I don't drink from a wine glass is because we have cats and they knock them over.
All right, so I am getting definite honey
color.
Forward.
Color.
Oh, color. Sorry.
By the way, we chilled these.
Yes.
That's why you're seeing some condensation.
Yep.
It's got a lovely caramel type color. It's got that typical honey.
And because I know this is the blueberry, I can see that there's almost a blue tint to the pinkish, amberish color profile.
I don't see that. Looks like honey to me. Looks like honey color. It looks great though. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't see the blue. On the smell, I get a good honey character, definitely. Yeah. Not a lot of aroma on my part. See, that's going to be the difference. Her glass is going to give a better smell.
I am getting...
Ooh, I do get some blueberry.
And I'm getting the vanilla notes.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I'm getting is vanilla.
Yep.
On the short sip, very vanilla. Lots of vanilla. A little bit of fruit. Not a crazy amount of blueberry.
The flavor combination, because it's got
nice.
The lemon and the honey and the vanilla, makes me think of cheesecake.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, long taste. Okay, with that, I got a little better flavor. First time, the vanilla was almost overpowering. It was a little too much. And the other things were kind of a backbone to that. On the second taste, I definitely got more melding of the vanilla. It needed to sit on my palate a little longer.
I'm getting more of the fruit notes now than I did initially.
The fruit really got enhanced by that vanilla. The vanilla is not overpowering like it was on the first sip. I get the lemon is there and the berry. I'm not tasting blueberry specifically, but berry. Mm-hmm. Like generic berry. Blackberry, raspberry, blueberry, all mixed together maybe. It's really nice. The honey character is there. It's not super prominent, but it's there. You definitely know this is mead and not a wine. This is actually quite nice.
My brain is still really connecting this with a berry-topped cheesecake. So...
yeah. This would be great with pies and cakes and
this to
cheesecake,
me
ice cream.
Is a drink alone. It has so many flavors and it's very sweet. Like, I would say this is definitely sweeter than many of the brews we make.
Yeah, I bet you he chose sweet stuff because he knows that we like it.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain he put thought into what he chose for us to try.
So I would be perfectly happy drinking this all by itself.
To me, I could, but it wouldn't necessarily be something I would reach for. For my personal taste, I think the vanilla is a little too strong, but that's personal choice there. It's a great mead, though. This is actually really, really good stuff. If I made this, I'd be proud of it.
If I wanted a dessert, but I was too lazy to convince
pour a
Brian
bottle.
to bake some for me, Notice how I said that.
Yeah. You know how she has to convince me to bake something for her? I want dessert. You don't even have to do that. Just she'll be like, "Oh, I kind of want cookies." Okay, let me go make you cookies.
It's true.
And usually she has to talk me out of doing
But
it.
I feel bad. So if I don't want to feel the guilt of Brian getting up and making me instant cookies.
Okay, for the record, I do not make her feel guilty for doing it.
I feel guilty all on my own.
I just do it.
I could just drink this, and it's guilt-free.
Yeah, this is nice. This is a very good mead. Like I say, for me, the vanilla is just like a note too strong. But if you like vanilla,
I could see.
you'll love this.
I could see thinking that the vanilla was too strong, but because it's just pushing my brain so strongly towards cheesecake, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm really.
I like
that,
vanilla,
actually.
but I kind of want more of the berry, and the vanilla is kind of overshadowing that to me. But I think it's great. We are not giving ratings on these because that's just not fair. This guy sent us all this stuff.
Yes.
I'm not going to give ratings, but I will say this is a great mead. If you have an opportunity to get it, try it. I will not lie just because someone sent me something.
We're going to have links to the Two Warriors website and their Instagram in the description below. I follow them personally on Instagram, and I love seeing what they're up to. They're constantly doing neat things at the brewery, and so I suggest that you follow them as well.
Now, something on the back of this, the notes of blueberry, lemon, vanilla, and graham cracker finish. Now that I'm reading that, I'm like, there was something in there that I could not quite place. That's what it is. Graham cracker, that's where she's getting the cheesecake from, is because of that graham cracker. And you kind of get it on the breathe out. That's where I get it the most. Really good mead. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. As one. We already said what we'd eat that. What we'd drink that with. Somebody made fun of me for saying, what would you eat this with? They thought that was hysterical. And I'm like, well, technically, drinking is taking food into your body. Therefore, it's also eating. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, this is Louisiana Nectar.
Now, because I enjoyed this first one so much, I'm a little concerned that it's going to...
Oh, we need water.
Yes.
Water. Got to swish out the palate. Water break. All right, so this next one is called Louisiana Nectar. And this one they don't give much notes on. They just say that they make small batches to better control quality and that sort of thing. So, I'm curious. It's got a great color. You can see that right off. Do you want more?
That's good.
Yeah, the color on this one. Very honey.
This is a beautiful, clear, golden yellow.
Oh, yeah. Looks like mead.
It looks like mead.
It's exactly what mead is supposed to look like. These are also stilled, by the way. They're not carbonated in any way. Thus the bottles.
Now, I'm getting more of the alcohol scent.
Oh, the last one.
The last one was really honey forward, where this one I'm getting more alcohol.
Does not say. Oh, there it is. Okay, the blueberry one is 10% alcohol. This one is 12%. Okay. You say you're getting more alcohol?
On the scent.
Oh, yeah, a little bit more.
Like on this one, it was all, I was getting lots of honey up front on the scent. This one I'm getting more of the, what is that term? Phenolics?
Yeah. See, I might like this one better. Yeah, definitely more honey character coming through on this one. This is more true mead or traditional mead than the other one, which was more blueberry and vanilla. On the quick taste. Oh, yeah.
You're definitely getting more of the...
It's not as thick as the blueberry. It's a little more watery, which is surprising, being higher alcohol. But yeah, definitely more of the mead.
That sounds weird. How are you describing this mead? It tastes meaty.
Well, it's more of a traditional mead.
Yeah.
In other words, there's not a lot of adjuncts to change the flavor. So you're getting true honey wine or, mead flavors through it. On the quick sip, it went very quickly. The finish was almost a little too short to me. But let me take a long sip.
You can definitely tell that it's fermented honey.
Oh, yeah.
Where this one, I want to say, was back sweetened with honey because the honey was so prominent and so
you think they
tasting.
fermented honey to make it, though?
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know.
You just, they added honey afterwards.
No. I didn't mean that. I meant...
I know what you mean.
That there was more pure honey essence in this one, where this one is more what I'm familiar with fermented honey rather than...
So you're thinking this
honey.
one went dry, they back sweetened it to get to that point and stopped it somehow. And this one might have just gone naturally to where it is. This is sweeter. This one's a little more dry.
Yeah. But there is a complexity in here that makes me feel like perhaps, and I don't know, I'm just guessing, they may have used different types of honey.
Yeah, they use all local ingredients, so whatever honeys they can get. And I'm pretty sure if they're making these, they're trying to get the same flavor profile. So they may be blending various seasons of meads together to create this flavor profile. I don't know that for a fact, but I know that a lot of people actually do that. So I'm just guessing that they did.
Because since we've started making mead our own, we've been more critical and paid more attention to the different tastes that honey itself has.
Yeah.
And there is a huge range. Like, the honey spectrum is infinitely larger than I ever thought it would be.
And in a mead like this one, the Louisiana Nectar, it's more obvious, the different types of honey. Whereas something that has more flavors to it, some of the subtleties get lost. So
right.
This could have been several different kinds of honey just blended together. This might be one specific varietal to create that profile. What I am definitely getting, and this is how we know this is really mead, is in the back of the throat, there's almost a bitter, weird note that comes from true mead. It's kind of like if you ever try olive oil. You can always tell a really good virgin olive oil.
They'll have that peppery.
There's a peppery note in the back of your throat. Mead has something, it's like that, but it's not the same flavor. It's almost a bitterness, but it's not quite bitter. It's just this specific flavor that only happens for like a split second as you're tasting it. And I really only get it in traditionals. I don't really get it in most other types of mead so strongly.
Its mouthfeel is leaning more towards the hydromel side.
Yeah, this feels more hydromel, even though it's higher alcohol. It's 12%.
But the flavor profile is definitely not a hydromel. It's way more complex.
I don't taste alcohol too strongly. I get a little bit of it, but it's not too strong to me. The honey is prominent. I think what this is this is just off dry. This is just slightly above dry on the sweetness scale, which is usually where you don't like them. Now, for me, I'm actually getting okay with some of that, usually with red things, though, not with gold things. So this is a little bit unusual for me. I like this. I have to say I like this better than this one.
This one, I could definitely pair with food.
Yeah, this would be great. Anytime you would drink a white wine, this would work wonderful.
Right. So, like fish, fruit, even.
Pasta with olive oil sauce type things or butter sauces.
Right, but nothing too overly garlicky because that can get weird sometimes.
Yeah, it's got enough sweetness that I think garlic might be bad. But if I had to choose, like if someone was saying, pick one, I would go with the Louisiana Nectar for me. This, I could fill a mug and sit and drink this.
Where I would go with.
Yeah, and this is what's awesome about having two different people with similar but different taste profiles. I tend to like, the funny thing is, I like fruity meads. But I think when it comes down to it, I'm a little bit more of a purist when I want to sit and drink something. I'm looking for one specific kind of flavor profile. And that's why I even like the raisiny flavors and things like that, because that's like a traditional mead flavor to me. It's weird, but whatever. It works for me.
So I enjoyed both of them. And this being our first tasting of what they've sent us,
I'm looking forward to the other
really
four.
Looking forward to the others.
I mean, yeah, you guys... Two Warriors, you guys did a great job on these. These are fantastic meads. I'd be proud to have made either of these. I would put this one similar to our own My First Mead or our traditional mead. The difference is there's a little bit of a citrus hit in ours that isn't in this. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, just saying that is really the difference. Other than that, they taste actually quite similar. I'm getting a similar honey character and things like that. Even sweetness level, mine might be just a touch sweeter than this. But wow, it's just really, really good. A big thank you to Two Warriors Meadery for sending us all this stuff, and we'll get to all the rest.
Thank you for liking and subscribing.
And if you like this video, look right there. There's another video for you to watch.